So let's talk about the story of Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah from the Bible, or better known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Their story starts in Daniel chapter 1, where God gives his people over to the kingdom of Babylon. And this actually happens quite a few times in the Old Testament, where God's people were delivered into the world for a time and a season. And most of that was usually because God's people didn't want to live like God's people. They wanted to live like the world. So God was like, here, go be with the world then. And so Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah and Daniel all get taken by the Babylonian kingdom, and they're going to go get trained, and they're going to be brought up in Babylon. And so this is what the world does. The world wants to take you, just like it took those young men, and it wants to take you and bring you into their kingdom. And they want to train you their way, and they want to teach you their way, and they want to bring you up their way. And one of the first things that they did to these young men was they took away their names, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, and Daniel. All of them had names that referenced to God being a deliverer, God being a helper. God is the judge of my actions, and God is always there for me, and no one else is like my God. And they took those names away, and they gave them the names Belshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they didn't want them to be representatives of their God anymore. Now you're going to be representatives of what we believe and what we desire. And so they did that. And so what the world wants to do is they want to take you, a child of God, and they want to twist it. They want to twist Christianity just a little bit to start with and slowly change it into something that looks more like the world, something that fits more of their agenda. So they would take these young men and they would train them, and they would make them intelligent in the ways of the world, and then they would put them back into their own people, and their people would slowly become more like them. It's brilliant. It's what the Romans did all the time. When the Romans were building their empire, they didn't go in and just, you have to do and believe what we want. No, they allowed people to keep their own beliefs because they knew that they could trick people into. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah didn't want anything of the sort, because when it came down to it, they obeyed every law of the land. Now hear this, some Christians in America, hear this. You have to obey the laws of the land unless they directly contradict the laws of God. And so these young men obeyed every law until they were required to contradict God and bow down to someone other than God, to have another God before them, and they chose not to. You see, when the world can't twist and distort you, when they want to do that, they want to destroy you. They want you to be gone. They want to take what you are and they want to crush it. But stand firm, because even in that fiery furnace, they were delivered. I love you. God bless.